afternoon or evening. We don't know when you're going to be watching this, but it's lovely to be with you. We're back again for another little video assembly for you. And this week we're thinking about something a little bit new. You may have realised this, but we are on the build-up now to my favourite time of year, which is Christmas! Yay! I love Christmas so much. I'm already getting excited even though it's not quite December yet. So today we are going to do a story with you that is all about Christmas. It's not actually the Christmas story, the nativity story from the Bible. This is a made-up story that people have been telling for many years as a way of showing and explaining some of what Christmas is about. So it's going to be maybe a story that you haven't heard before. And to help you, to encourage you to listen really carefully as we read the story, we're going to ask you to listen carefully because we are going to do a little quiz with you afterwards. So make sure you catch all the details for a little quiz that we're going to ask you the questions of when Sue has read the story for us. Maybe when you're listening you want to shut your eyes, try and imagine the scene, do some inner mind theatre and then picture what it would be like. But that's up to you. All you need to do is listen really carefully. So we're going to hand over to Sue.
Okay. So this story is called Papa Panov's Visitors. It was Christmas Eve and the lights danced merrily in the streets. Families laughed and sang and unwrapped their presents. But Papa Panov, the village shoemaker, sat in his home all alone. His wife was dead, his children were grown up and moved away, and so he sat by himself with an old Bible in his lap, and he looked for company in the story of the very first Christmas. There were Mary and Joseph, tired and hungry, with nowhere to stay. I would have given them a room, Papa Panov thought. There is plenty of space in this old house of mine. There were shepherds too, and the angels, and kings from the east bearing gifts. Now, what would I have brought, Papa Panov wondered, and his thoughts flew to a little box that was perched on the top of the highest shelf in his shop. There were 2 tiny shoes in that box, sewn once upon a time by his own nimble fingers, fingers that were now gnarled and stiff. That's what I would have brought him, Papa Panov smiled, my very best work. Then his head dropped slowly to one side, his glasses fell crooked across his nose, and Papa Panov fell fast asleep. All Christmas Eve he slept, and while he slept he dreamed. He dreamed of his wife and his children and of the happy Christmases they had shared. He saw their faces just as he remembered them, laughing and singing and shining with joy. And just as the aching sadness of that dream became too much for him to bear, Papa Panov saw another face, a kind and gentle face. I am Jesus, said the face. I've seen your loneliness and your sorrow, and so this Christmas Day I shall visit you. Watch out for me, Papa Panov. The old man woke with a start. The morning sun was shining in his eyes. It was Christmas Day. And if the dream was true, then Jesus was coming to visit him. Papa Panov tidied up his house. He put a pot of fresh coffee on the stove, and then every few minutes he peeped out of the window. And that's when he saw the man. It could have been Jesus, walking slowly down the street, holding a shepherd's staff. But as the man got closer, Papa Panov recognised him. It was Sergei, the village street sweeper. It's like a tongue twister. Faithfully doing his job even on Christmas Day. Papa Panov opened his door and called to the man, "You look really cold, my friend, and it must be so lonely out there for you on Christmas morning. Come in and join me for a cup of coffee." The street sweeper hurried into Papa Panov's house. He dusted the snow from his shoulders and rubbed his freezing hands together. And when Papa Panov handed him the hot mug, he just held it for a while and let the steam rise like a warm cloud over his cold face. Sergei drank his coffee slowly, and though Papa Panov chatted politely with him, even telling him about the dream, the shoemaker still kept his eye on the street outside. "Well, I hope your dreams come true," said the street sweeper at last, "but I have to get back to work. Thank you for your coffee and your kindness." And with a grateful "Merry Christmas," he picked up his broom and he went back outside to sweep the street. 1 hour passed, then 2, and slowly the street became busy. Papa Panov put on a pot of cabbage soup and watched his neighbours wander off to visit their relatives. But still there was no sign of Jesus. There was a girl he saw, however, a girl he didn't recognise, and she walked slowly along the street with a bundle in her arms. And because her clothes were torn and ragged, she shivered with each step. Papa Panov opened his door again and he looked up and down the street. And when he was sure that Jesus wasn't there, he called to the girl, "Come here, come in from the cold." Papa Panov poured out another cup of coffee and he gave the girl a seat that was close to the stove. He offered to take the bundle, but the girl clutched it tightly to her chest. And that's when the bundle began to cry. "My baby is hungry," whispered the girl. So Papa Panov warmed some milk. And as the girl fed the baby and slowly unwrapped the thin blankets, Papa Panov noticed that the child had no shoes. His thoughts flew straight away to that little box again, the one perched on the top of his highest shelf. But those shoes were for Jesus, he argued silently with himself. The baby cried again, and he took another look at those frozen toes, and it settled the argument once and for all. Papa Panov reached up, took the box down from the shelf, and put the shoes before the little girl. "I can't take those," she wept. "They are far too fine and beautiful for someone like me." "For the child's sake, take them then," Papa Panov pleaded, "for Christmas." When the girl had gone, Papa Panov looked out of the window again. The sun was low in the sky, and there was still no sign of Jesus. But there were plenty of beggars wandering the streets in search of a little Christmas cheer. So Papa Panov opened his door. He had the pot of cabbage soup to share after all. They all slurped it down gratefully. It was dark by the time the last beggar left, and Papa Panov was tired. So he slumped down in his chair again, more sad and lonely than he'd even been the night before. "It must have been a dream," he sighed, "only a dream." And at that moment, suddenly, Papa Panov knew that he wasn't alone. He looked up, and there was that face again. It was Jesus, standing in the doorway. "When I was hungry," Jesus said, "you fed me. When I was cold, you comforted and warmed me. And when I was naked, you gave me something to wear." "But when?" asked Papa Panov. "When did I do those things for you?" "When you warmed the street sweeper, when you fed the beggars, and when you gave your finest pair of shoes to a poor and shivering child. That's when," Jesus smiled. "Merry Christmas, Papa Panov," he said at last, and then he disappeared into the night like a vision, like a dream.
Oh, I love that story so much, guys. Always makes me want to cry. It's
Emotional.
so nice. I think it's really, really lovely. But I hope you're listening super well. We have got 5 quick quiz questions for you. So get ready. Here is question number 1. What was Papa Panov's job? Give you a couple of seconds. Oh, I think I heard a right answer, assuming someone shouted out. If you're just writing it down or coming up with it in your head, good job too. Okay, question number 2. What was the street sweeper's name? That's a difficult one.
That is a difficult
That's a
one.
very difficult one.
I think I'm going to need to look in the book.
Okay, I think I've given you long enough. I reckon you've got that one. Question 3. What 2 drinks did Papa Panov give his guests? 2 drinks. There were 2 in there.
Wow.
Yeah, I reckon we've got that one. Number 4. What food did Papa Panov make?
I remember that one. I think because I like food.
Me too. That's why all my questions about food and drink are my favourite things. Okay, last question. Number 5. Who did he give that food to? Give you a couple of seconds. If you need a little bit longer to go back and make sure you've got all the answers to those questions, you can pause the video. But if not, I'm going to go on to the answers for you. Question 1. What was Papa Panov's job? Do you remember, Sue?
He was a shoemaker.
He was a shoemaker. And what was the street sweeper's name?
I actually have no idea,
It was
Charlotte.
Sergey!
Oh, yeah,
Sergey the street sweeper! Okay, what about the 2 drinks?
They were 2 cups of coffee.
Oh, no, well, there was coffee soup, but I was also thinking he made warm milk for the baby, didn't he?
Oh, yes.
So it's coffee and warm milk.
I'm not doing very well, am I? I hope
I
you're doing better.
I've read the story a lot of times. Okay, what about the food? What food did Papa Panov make?
I remember that. That was cabbage soup.
It was cabbage soup.
Yeah.
And who did he give it to?
He gave that to the beggars.
He did. He gave all his soup to the beggars. Papa Panov is such a nice guy.
He
And
was.
that's why it's such a good story for Christmas, because it is all about kindness. It's all about Papa Panov being kind and giving his things that are precious to him to others to improve their lives, to make them happy. And that is really what Christmas is all about for Sue and I. When we remember the Christmas story as Christians, we remember actually that it was a time when God showed this amazing kindness by giving something so precious to him, his own son, to us, to help us live really full and happy lives. What a kind thing to do. Jesus is such a good gift to get at Christmas. Now, this Christmas, you might be worried, it's going to be a bit different. Maybe we won't be able to do all the things we normally do. But actually, we can still do that most important thing of Christmas, which is to be kind, to really share that kindness with each other. So that's our little challenge for you this week, is do something kind. Accept our kindness challenge. Be like Papa Panov and do something kind for someone in your community this week as we start looking forward to Christmas. Brilliant. I haven't prepped Sue for this, but I wonder, Sue, would you be willing to do a little prayer for us to finish off?
Yep, I think I can. Father God, we thank you that at this time of year we remember that you showed your kindness by sending Jesus, the most precious thing to you for us. And I pray that you will help each one of us this week to look for ways that we can show kindness to the people around us. And if you agree with our prayer, then you can say, Amen.
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 Oh, thank you, Sue, and thank you guys for joining in, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Yeah, bye.